Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 tutorial video. In this video I'll show you how you can produce your fish food yourself in the Highlands Fishing DLC. We are at Kinlake here, the map of the Highlands Fishing DLC, and in front of the Kinlake feed production facility. But let's start with the beginning. If you start growing fishes, usually you would buy the fish food at the dealership. And let's just have a look where you can buy this fish food. We go to the shop, and here it's down there at the pellets area, and here where you find the fish food pellets. And the price is 2,600 for 2,000 liters. So it's just 1,300 for 1,000 liters. You could keep that in mind because that will be interesting later on in this video. And you can just buy this and bring it to your fish production facility. That's pretty straightforward. And if you are bigger later, you have more fields, more money, and so then you might think, okay, I'm tired of buying the fish food, I want to produce it myself. And then you can buy the fish food factory. And this is in the harbor area. I'll show it to you here. In this area there, this blue symbol, no, this is a blue tractor, but this one, the fish food factory. And when you see the whole map, it's at the upper left corner of the map. And we just go and buy it. You go here and I open up the help menu. Then you can see what key you need to press or what button. For me on PC, it's the R key to buy production point. And do I want to buy it for 270,000 bucks? Yes, I want. And now I own it. And now I can manage this production point through the same key with the R key. And here we have 4 recipes and 1 recipe for each oil type. In Farming Simulator we have 4 different oil types, and every recipe that needs oil is 4 recipes in the end because of those 4 oil types. And here we have the canola oil recipe, and you need 50 flowers, 50 soybeans, and 12 canola oils to produce 100 fish food. And we have 72 cycles per month. So we get 7,200 liters of fish food per month. And the recipes for olive oils are rather similar. It's only 60 each of flour and soybeans and 8 olive oils. Same for the rice. And the sunflower oil recipe is similar to the canola oil recipe. And we will have a closer look at the canola oil recipe later to find out whether it's lucrative to do this or not. But first we feed up our production point with everything we need. So here we have soybeans. like so. And there we have flour and canola oil. Okay. And now everything's delivered. And we can activate our production. I go back here with the R key and then just enter to activate it. And the output mode is on storing now. That means the pellets will spawn. I'll show you where. But you could also set it to distributing. That would be selling also. Then it would be sold, and distributing would distribute it automatically to all of your fish growing facilities. I keep it on storing for the time being. The disadvantage for the distributing is it distributes the food to all your facilities and doesn't ask whether you want it to all the fish growing productions or not. For the young fish, you definitely need fish food. Without fish food, there are no young fish. And so there you would need the fish food. For growing the bigger fishes in the offshore aqua farm or in the fish lake, it's optional whether you want to add fish food or not. You can just let it run with young fish, then you get less adult fish, but you don't need to bring in fish food anymore. And so if you want to grow your adult fish without fish food, then distributing wouldn't be a good option, because then the fish food would pile up in the adult fish production without you needing it. But if you want to use it everywhere, then distribution would be good. You would need to pay a fee for this distributing. And selling is another possibility. You could produce fish food for the other fish cultivators in the region and earn money through fish food production. That is an option. Then you could send it, put it to selling. Okay, if you have it on storing, then the fish food pellets will spawn here. Always when 2000 liters are full. And now we ask ourselves whether it's worth it, whether you can earn money through producing the fish food yourself. And we already knew the price for 1000 liters of fish food in the shop is $1,300. And now we have a look, how would it be if we would sell the fish food? That is here, fish food. And in July you would get $5,070, and in January only 3,120. This is for the easy mode. If you play on hard mode, it's a third of this. So then in January the price would be $1,000 and a little bit. And in July it would be just below $2,000. So yeah, you always have to take into consideration in which mode you play. In normal mode, it's between those two. So now we have the numbers for selling the fish food and the numbers for buying the fish food. And by the way, if you play on easy mode and you buy the fish food at the shop, you can go and sell it at those selling stations here and make quite a lot of money just from buying and selling. But this video is not about that. I just wanted to mention it. So here we have the calculation of the fish food production, only for canola. For the other oils, it's rather similar. Therefore, I decided just to make it for canola. I don't want to throw even more numbers onto you. Those are enough numbers, I think. So, and that is for the easy mode, where the prices are high. The recipe is 50 flour, 50 soybeans, and 12 canola oil, and you get 100 fish food. That's what we already saw. And the calculation at the right side, I took the highest prices of the year for the respective material, because the alternative would be, if you have soybeans, you could think, is it better if I sell it at the best month, or is it better that I produce something out of it and make maybe, hopefully, more money with it? And therefore I took the highest price, because that is the value that the soybeans have for you when you produce them, and then you can sell it for $3,711 in the highest month. Then that is the value it has for you. And those numbers, they change from year to year, so they are not written in stone. They change a little bit, but only a little bit. The tendency keeps the same. And so if we calculate all of this, this 50 is always for 1,000 liters, because 1,000 liters is the main unit in the game, and therefore we have those big dollar numbers. And when I get 382,186 bucks for 1,000 liters of all those. And yeah, we get 100 times 1,000 liters of fish food from this, and therefore I divided it by 100, and what the price is per 1,000 liter fish food is $3,821.86. So it's $3,800 to produce 1,000 liters of fish food, if you produce it yourself. That's quite a lot of money. And it is nearly 3 times as much as if you would buy the same fish food in the shop. And so if you play on easy mode and you think you want to produce the fish food to save money, then that is not a good idea, because the fish food is 3 times more expensive when you produce it yourself than if you buy it at the shop. But that applies only if you play on easy mode. If you would play on hard mode, all those numbers in the upper part are divided by 3, so all the prices. So you would pay only 1,300, a little bit less, if you do it yourself and play on hard mode. that's around the same that you pay in the shop. So, and here is the proof that it is not a bug that you pay so much money to produce it yourself, but it's intentional. This fish food production is calculated for hard mode, and it's not calculated for easy mode. And it is a universal problem of the game that is nearly all prices vary depending on the mode you play. So if you play on easy mode, the prices are 3 times as high than in hard mode and normal in between. But the prices in the shop, they always stay the same. And so there you have a fixed price, and also for the tractors. They are not more expensive when you play on easy mode. They cost the same. And the mode doesn't matter. And so the price for the fish food doesn't change depending on the mode how you play, if you buy it in the shop. But all the prices for soybean, flour and oil, they change depending on the mode you play. And therefore, it's different to players who play on hard mode. There you could say, okay, it's nearly the same price, and I like to produce it myself. Therefore, I am buying the fish food production. I have enough money to afford this building, and it's fun to produce it myself. But for players who play on easy mode, you really have to think about, is it worth it, the fun to produce it yourself, that your fish food is 3 times more expensive? That is a question that you have to ask yourself. And let's close this. And if you don't produce for your own fishes, but you produce for selling the fish food, then you could say, okay, it's nice to produce it myself. I pay $3,800 and I keep them until July, and then I sell them to the warehouse or such, and then I get $5,000 and I made a pretty profit. So you can still make a profit with the fish food in easy mode if you sell the fish food. And yeah, but it's playing on easy mode. It's not a way to save money if you want to feed your fishes. And it sounds a little bit complicated, but I think one should know this, that this is no way to save money when you play on easy mode. But there are still valid reasons for producing it yourself. So if you are completely rich and you have just fun to produce it yourself, to grow the crops on your field, and then have the productions to produce the oil and the flour and now the fish food, then you can just enjoy doing it. It's the same like in my garden when we grow our tomatoes and so, then in the end they are more expensive than buying tomatoes in the supermarket in the summer. And because we have to pay, we have the land of the garden, we have to pay fertilizer and water, and it costs a lot of time. And so when we calculate it, it's much more expensive than buying them in the supermarket. But they taste fantastic. It is such a joy to have them from the garden, and therefore we always grow tomatoes in our garden. And the same could apply to producing your own fish food. Or if you play on hard mode, then there is nearly no price difference. You only have to buy this fish food factory. If you only play for profit, then even in hard mode I would say, no, don't do it. Oh, what I didn't show to you is you can build this factory on your own property if you want. We go into build mode, and here in the factory area, and there it is. So if you play on a different map and you activate this Highland Fishing DLC, you can produce fish food if you want. You can produce fishes and fish food. Or if you want to have this on your farm to always have the fish food at hand, that would be another good reason to produce fish food. And therefore, think about it, whether it's a good idea for you to produce fish food yourself or not, and then do what you want. Okay. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching, and all the best till next time. Tschüss!